Hey guys, welcome back to Hanging Out with Lori. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Today I am doing a quick get ready with me, just kind of going through the process of what I do to get ready if I have to get out the door quickly, but maybe I look like death and I don't want to go out with a bare face, which does happen since I'm sick quite often. I tend to have a gray cast at times. So this is kind of the process that I do. Of course, it is a little slowed down only because I'll be talking to you guys while doing this, but usually I can get this done between 5 and 15 minutes, just depending on how in depth I decide to go with my look, how much time I have and whatnot. So if I can put my hands rather quickly on my eye primer, I will use this. Otherwise, I will use my concealer. So I am just going to put some concealer on my eyelids. And when I am in a hurry, I always use a sponge to spread out my eye primer, anything like that, just because it goes quicker than if I'm using my finger. When you're using your finger, nothing is absorbing the product, but also it takes a little bit longer to manipulate it in until it's soaked in and not tacky, where the sponge can get it done in a shorter amount of time. Then I take a cream eyeshadow. Because I am panning this, I am just going to use it. It is my Mirabella Visionary eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Charmed. I'm just going to put it on my lid. It is a matte shade. Even though there seems to be a little bit of a sheen when you look at it in the pot, I don't see that sheen transfer onto my lid. And because I'm using a cream product, I didn't set my eye primer, so that does cut down on some time. And I'm going to take my Super Shock eyeshadow in OK. You can use any cream product. You can use a cream pencil. You can use a liquid eyeshadow, or you can use powders. I like creams only because they give me just a little bit more definition without having to have a lot of precision. Like, I have all this fallout here, but it will be cleaned up in just a minute. However, I'm not having to sit here and blend out my eyeshadow. Now, I did take OK all the way across my lid, and that is because I'm really not worried about having, different colors, because I'm going in with a darker Super Shock, and this is Drift. I could take a brush to use this because this is a satin. I'm hoping you can hear me because the wind just picked up. And then I just tap it into my outer part of my lid. And I could be more precise if I took a brush, but this isn't really about precision. It's about getting some color on my face without spending a whole lot of time. Now, I will go over Drift and blend this out. And because it's a darker color, I will blend it out so it goes into my transition and crease, just to blow out this color just a little bit. Now, if I have time, I will take my bronzer and I will use my bronzer to lay down in my transition and crease. But if I don't have time, I will just use cream products completely. Now, when I am headed out the door, because I have shaky hands, mascara doesn't always happen, but what does happen is I will, if I can't get mascara on, I will at least put down a little bit of liner, but I do try to do mascara. I will take my tinted brow gel by Pacifica. This is their highest def hemp fiber brow set. Because I'm in a hurry, I don't do my cream brow products just because I am slow at doing my brows. They're on as good as they're gonna get with me doing them quickly. So using my tinted brow cream takes me about 3 minutes, but if I used my cream, it would take me probably 10-15. My brows look really funny. I'm gonna have to live with it, Lori. You're gonna have to live with it. I won't always use a primer, but if I have time, I will throw one on. So today I'm using this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer that I have a sample of. If I have time, I will use a foundation. If I don't, I will just go in with a concealer. I'm just going to continue using the concealer I have because I have dark circles and those bad boys need some assistance. And if I have any problem areas, I will use this. Sometimes I just wipe it all over my face and use it as a foundation. Not very often though, but I do once in a while. I have found I like to use a foundation brush when I'm applying foundation, which I used to not be that way, but lately I have really gotten into using foundation brushes again. But they take longer than the sponge. So on days like today where I'm in a hurry, I just don't use a brush. I could use my hands, but that grosses me out, so I won't be doing that. You won't see me do that very often. Okay. I am going to use a cream bronzer to just warm up some areas of my face. Now this is actually a contour stick by ABH that I'm panning, but I do use it as a bronzer, and I just take my sponge, get some on there, and tap it around my face. So I don't use a whole lot of product, but I want a little bit of warmth on my skin. And like I said, if I have time, I will use powder. If I don't, I will just use cream. I could just use powder if I wanted to, but it's definitely not a day where I would usually use a powder and a cream unless I had time. Next, I will go in with a cream highlighter and liquid cream pot, cream stick. Doesn't matter. I just happen to have this. This is Bullseye. I used it the other day in the book. So I will just take my sponge again and just get some on it. And this isn't about really precision. That's why I use this one, the highlighter first, because if I get it a little on my cheeks, that's okay, because I will be going over it with a blush. I do prefer to use both cream and powder products if I have the time, because I believe that it just gives us a little more definition that we don't get when we're just using one or the other. I mean, you can really chisel out your face and get that, but if you're just in a hurry, the two combined give you that definite dimensions that you can't get with just cream or just powder. And I have two different cream blushes that are just on my desk. I have this Milani Cheek Kiss, and this is in Cheeky Coral, and I have Aloha by ColourPop. I don't know, do I want to go that route, which is more of a peachy pink, or this route, which is definitely more pink. I mean, peach, almost orange. They're about the same shade. Oh, no, they're not. Okay, I'm going to use the blush stick. I don't know. I'll use the Cheeky Coral. and we'll see. So I do not put any on my finger and then go in. I always put it on the back of my hand and pick just a little bit up with either a brush or a sponge. Because I'm in a hurry, I'm going to use a sponge, and I just spread it out so I don't get it really thick. So there's just a little on there. And because this color can be disastrous in so many ways, I'm starting at the back. Do you like my chartreuse shirt? I love this. I love the color of this shirt. I don't know if the color of the shirt loves me, but I like the color of the shirt. So this Cheeky Coral by Milani is probably my least favorite blush in my collection, and I'm just trying to use it so I can, see if I really dislike it as much as I feel I do. And if I shear it out enough, I think it's really pretty and has a nice healthy flush to the skin, but it's still not my favorite. It's sure giving me that sun-kissed vibe though, huh? If I used a brush, I would use a duo fiber brush. Those are my preferred ones, and I used a big duo fiber brush from BH Cosmetics for years, but now that I have the smaller F4 by ColourPop, I tend to grab that one over my bigger one. Now I'm taking my big sponge and just kind of pressing all of those cream products together and into my skin so I don't have this goopy mess on my face, because there's nothing worse than having cream products sitting on top of the skin grabbing everything. I think we're good there. Do I want more highlighter? No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay, I am going to put on a little liner. I'm just using my Melt Cosmetics Rose Lens. It's a beautiful rose gold shade. And I am just putting it on the outer corner. Do not come in my house. I'm just putting it on the outer part of my lid just to give it a little bit of definition. If I keep looking up, it's because I have like a hornet flying around and I don't want him coming in my house. Oddly enough. So see, even putting on just a little bit of eyeliner on the outer part of my eyes really opens it up and kind of gives it a little more depth than it did before I did that. It was just looking kind of flat. So if I don't have time to do mascara, I definitely put on some eyeliner just to give me that definition. I did throw on some mascara by Pacifica since I had the time. And for my lips, I would grab a lip gloss if I have a lipstick just laying on the desk, like my Nocturnal Rose. But usually I'll just put a gloss or a balm on. But I have my Chubby Stick here by Clinique in Mighty Mimosa. And since I'm panning this, I'll just use it. If I'm just going to be gone for like a half an hour, I won't set my face. But if I'm going to be gone like most of the day, I will set it with whatever setting spray I'm using right now. It's my L'Oreal Lumi Shake and Glow Dew Mist. So this is how I do a quick get ready out the door kind of look. For whatever reason, this is it. It works just to go out in public. It works to help me look more alive and not so sickly. It also would work for like a date. I mean, it's not overly heavy, but it's enough to make me look healthy and a little bit youthful, and just it's kind of a romantic look, but also a casual look, a pulled together look. So that is it, guys. What is your favorite product, your go-to product for when you need to get out the door and you only have time for a few things? What is the one thing that you grab? I would like to know. Maybe I need to incorporate it into my get ready, get out the door routine. You guys, please take good care. Be safe, be smart, and I will talk to you soon.